Hello, dear Gemini. I'm Michaela. Welcome to my astrology channel, Today Energy. This is a May forecast for you, Sun, Moon, and Rising Gemini. So let's jump into it. Let's see what May will bring for you from the perspective of astrology. Immediately, the very first day of May, 1st of May, will be a beautiful day for all of us because we have the two benefic planets, Venus and Jupiter, conjuncting at 27 degrees of Pisces, and that's your 10th house. Especially strongly, you will feel it if your MC, the cusp, the beginning of your 10th house, is around this degree. And here we should remember what was happening in your life. How were you feeling at the beginning of April, and especially around the 12th of April, because then was the big, important, beautiful conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So this is like a second wave of these events, I would say, re-triggering it. So very lucky day for your work, for your career on the first place. You can ask for a raise, you can move to a higher position, you can open your own business. Really, it's about money, it's about luck, it's about expanding these energies of Jupiter and Venus. And also might be not about work. Maybe you are mom staying home with your children. Maybe you are just a student, but possibly you're graduating, possibly you are really, because the MC, the 10th house, is when we are very visible for everyone else, like actor on a stage in front of a public, and you're beautifully visible. So if you have any plans for publishing something or graduating or starting something of your own, you will have the support of these two benefic planets. And for some of you, of course, it might be change of a personal status. So you might get engaged, getting married, moving the place, the city, the country, with Jupiter talking about international matters here. Surely it can be. On the second, Venus goes into Aries, and that's your 11th house. So Venus brings joy. 11th house is a house of income from your work, from your career. So really Venus can bring you here beautiful bonuses or pay raise. Of course, it can be some recognition from the work. And 11th house is the house of popularity, of friends, of like-minded people and big groups and social events. So you might meet some wonderful friends. Venus represents young women. You might join a club or lessons. You are interested in, let's say, salsa dancing, so you might join a club of salsa and meet like-minded people there who like the same as you, with the same interests. Last but not least, 11th house is about our hopes and dreams and long-term goals. So maybe Venus will help you achieving some of your dreams. Plus, on the 11th of May, Jupiter as well goes into Aries, as well going into your 11th house, expanding your social circle, your popularity, maybe in internet, maybe in a physical reality world as well. Maybe you're meeting someone from abroad, you are going abroad, you go to study some language, and there you meet good friends. Maybe you are the wise teacher that people are gathering around you. They feel that you can, inspire them and lead them with some knowledge. So great for publishing, great for having a blog in the internet, for example, and of course, expanding your finances through gains from your work. On the 10th of May, your ruler Mercury stations to go retrograde. So that's a tough day, not very recommendable for establishing new or starting anything new, relationships, because it's in your first house. And especially Gemini, you will feel it if your ascendant or sun or moon is around 4 degrees. So yeah, Mercury stations and starts going retrograde, returning you back to some of your previous, old, unfinished business projects, relationships. Maybe you will really want to call your ex-partners for good or for worse. Maybe it's about just meeting and ending finally the things, right? So there is no anchors anymore there. Maybe, of course, it's about reestablishing some cooperation or communication. Then on the 23rd, Mercury goes back to Taurus. That's your 12th house. So maybe you really have to finish something. You didn't properly burn bridges or finish something you should, or release or let go something. So here Mercury will remind you about that. That's something you tried already, or something comes from the very deep, from the past, from your feelings, emotions, subconscious, maybe in your dreams, and you have to once again, but for all, forever deal with it. It might be coming back to some distant working in isolation, or going to some, let's say, hospital or clinic to do some research once again of your health. Or it might be going back to some spiritual practice, go back to meditation, go back to have walks in the nature, maybe 12th house could be about travels, right? So it can be about traveling somewhere far away, exotic country, but it might be somewhere you have been already. And then on the 3rd of June, Mercury stops again, stations, to go this time direct. It happens on the 26th degree of Taurus. So another day when you should be kind of careful not to cause misunderstandings, and possibly it's not the best day for traveling, for dealing with paperwork, documents and vehicles and so on. Of course, while Mercury moves retrograde, you yourself might feel a bit more nostalgic, a bit more introspective. I don't know, for some it would be studying history, for others it would be go back to their parents' home, visiting back your family, for instance, yeah, or really finishing something in your life, maybe really going back to some diet or health regime to take better care of your health. On the 13th, Sun conjuncts North Lunar Node, karmic node, at 22 degrees of Taurus, and that's your 12th house. So you might really go or have a news from some faraway, exotic, distant place. You might have a news about some distance projects, like working for some international company possibly, because North Node has this insatiable energy. It wants more and more. It's about exotic places, it's about new experiences. So either you will leave it internally, like just meditating and suddenly having some amazing insights, or while talking with your psychologist or guru, or maybe you're somewhere on a retreat with other people, very interesting, unusual, maybe younger people, and you again will have some very strong insights. But while the Sun transits Taurus for you, especially Sun Gemini, for you it's a more time to take care of yourself, to pamper yourself, to reflect on the last year, right? Because it's the time before you have birthdays. When Sun will enter to your first house, and thus the whole cycle will start again for you, like your personal new year. Then on the 16th, we have a full lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Scorpio, together with Ketu, South Lunar Node, and that's your 6th house. So here we're talking about your health and work, your routine, how do you live daily your life, and possibly some situations where you have to put effort to help someone or deal with something possibly unpleasant, solving problems basically. And here is kind of a good news, because a lunar eclipse is like a supermassive full moon, which usually talks about culminations or endings, especially with Ketu, the South Node, which talks about releasing, cleansing, letting go. So maybe you are finishing some demanding huge work project. Maybe it reaches culmination and you receive a reward for your efforts. Maybe it's time to stop caring for someone that you put a lot of effort, and now this person, let's say, is recuperated and can care of themselves by themselves, you know. It might be some culmination really about your health. So maybe you were passing a therapy and now you are cured. You can really, you have this positive culmination. Maybe you finally achieved your weight that you wanted by being on a diet in the past months, let's say. Really, it's a great time for detoxification, for cleansing your body. So I would recommend you doing this, of course, with a supervised by a specialist, definitely, to do it all right. And it might be an ending of some reconstruction work at home, or something that really was like obligation for you to do, responsibility, problem solving, and now the problem is finally clear and solved, hopefully. On the 18th, we have Mars conjuncting Neptune at 25th degree of Pisces. Once again, your 10th house. Once again, you will feel this conjunction more if your MC is around this degree. That's the cusp, the beginning of your 10th house. Once again, you might get back to your duties or feelings or events related to the 1st of May or to the beginning of April, especially 12th of April. So you have a lot of here courage. Yeah, Mars gives ambition and courage, and Neptune is about your dreams. So achieving your dreams, especially MC, the highest, the zenith, the highest point of your natal chart. It is about our really big life goals. It's about something we would like eventually to leave as a legacy after us. It might be our family, children, grandchildren. It might be our business and company and brand. It might be us as actors, yeah, or directors, or it might be some artistic project in this case, because Neptune rules the arts and inspiration. But certainly you have all the necessary ingredients, let's say, to achieve your dream status and goals at work, I would say. And on the 21st, Sun goes into your sign. So happy birthday, early Gemini, May Gemini. I wish you really strong health, really a lot of happiness, and to achieve everything you wish for and you dream for. Hooray. So yeah, Sun in first house, of course, you become like little Sunny, you're shining, attention is towards you, you are really, you feel energized, you feel healthy. So it's great time to actually take care of your body. First house represents the body, the physical, the health. It's also about communication with others. So you are now like a leader, right? Because the Sun is the ruler, is the king. So great month overall starts for you, of course, for all possible personal initiations and projects. On the 25th, Mars goes into Aries. That's your 11th house. So on one hand, Mars is a planet of discord and fights even. So don't fight with your friends. Don't allow them to provoke you on aggressive actions. And on the other hand, it can just be a lot of energy into group projects, something you are united for with your like-minded people. It can be charity work, it can be some non-governmental organization helping some refugees, for instance, right? Or it can be that you just like participating in some karting competitions, so you form your team, or rafting or anything, because Mars is very active. So it's about dancing, or I don't know, paintball or something like this you can do with your friends, as well as fighting actively to achieve your dreams and your goals, because that's what 11th house is about too. On the 28th, Venus goes into Taurus, that's your 12th house. So a lot of pleasure in spiritual activities, meditation, being maybe in a group of people who are also doing some retreat or spiritual journey somewhere. Or go into a nature, enjoy being in a nature and being like, alone with yourself and taking care of yourself. That's a great month for pampering yourself, really. Massages, spa, anything that can help body and mind to relax. On the 29th, Mars conjuncts Jupiter, 3 degrees of Aries, your 11th house. So that can be really, really very active day, very optimistic day with your friends, with your like-minded community, maybe in internet. Yeah, you're gathering a big public, for example, with your videos, or you're publishing something. That's a really energized day for all of us, all humanity. And of course, on the opposite side of the coin, it can be just full of conflicts that nothing can stop this kind of aggressive behavior. So just in case, be prepared also for that. And on the 30th, we have a new moon at 9 degrees of your sign. So you will feel especially this new breeze, new beginning if your ascendant or sun or moon even is around this degree. Of course, new moon is possibility for new beginnings, setting something new in your life, maybe a new healthy regime, exercises, diet, a new look, possibly first house, new relationships with someone, but anything you wish for. It's very important to write wishes, and of course it will come to reality for you. Also, 30th is a good date to kind of finish this turmoil, turbulent energies of the spring corridor or period of eclipses. We had 2 eclipses this spring, as usually we do. And it's about a month and a half that the energy of fate, of destiny, of karma is with us. Maybe not so much with Gemini, because mostly it affects this year, the eclipses, the fixed signs, especially Scorpio and Taurus, but also Leo and Aquarius. So many people come out of this month and a half now with this new moon, which finally settles energies a bit more down and life goes back to its normal flow of energy, but many people feel quite changed. Well, dear Gemini, I thank you for watching, sharing, liking this video, for subscribing for my channel. And I really wish you an amazing month, amazing birthdays, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.